Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am here with Shepard. Hi, Train. Thank you so much, Vera, for the resub. Thank you, Jadoob, for the resub. Oh my goodness, 14 months. These numbers aren't real. 26 months. Hello. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to watch. Really hot here, and Twitch tends to make your phone overheat. I am so sorry. You're banned. Sorry. Yeah, you are banned. I don't remember why I got banned you, but. By the way, before we get into anything, for all of y'all who are like, I'm going to catch the beginning of Stephanie's stream and then no more stream after that, bingo. Look at this baby. Bingo is not going to be on Sunday. It's not going to be on Sunday. It's going to be on Monday because I accidentally planned something over Sunday. Usually I have my Sundays free, but there was something important I have to do on Sunday. So I'm going to be doing the important thing on Sunday. And then on Monday, on Labor Day, hello, Danny. I am going to be joined by a very, very special guest, Jeremy, Acula Nails, friend of the channel, friend of the Two Lacquered Ladies, friend of the podcast, is going to be joining me Monday and being Danny. Danny gets to not be Danny for the day. Jeremy gets to be Danny. I stay Stephanie, unless we want Jeremy to be Stephanie, and I'll be Jeremy. Thank you, Vero.
Verilyn cheered X100.
Yeah, by the way, we are in a hype train, and we need to get to level 2, and if we get to level 2, everybody will get an emote. It's very exciting. Everybody who participated. So that's either getting a sub, gifting a sub, it's only on Twitch, or gifting 100 biddies. And I will say biddies, unless somebody specifies with 100 biddies that they want me to not say biddies anymore. Anyway, it's happened. It has happened. But the point is that we are doing that, and it's going to be PPU-ween, and I am so damn excited. I've seen so many of the polishes, and they are so good. So freaking good. Your hype chains have been broken. You haven't been getting the... What? Oh my god, Shrektacular, I'm so sorry. Y'all have been living the PSL dreams. The season has started. Yes, you've been living the PSL dream. You've been drinking PSLs. Shockingly, I don't like PSLs, actually. I have given it my best shot. I've given it the old college try. I like pumpkin. I like pumpkin spice. I like lattes. Together, they're a no-go for me. I don't know why. I'm so glad that everybody is so... Thank you, Doomed. I'm so glad that everybody's so excited
Doomed
about Jeremy. That really warms my heart.
100.
Why wouldn't you be so excited about Jeremy? He's an exciting person. I wish that... I feel like the hype train hasn't gone up, but like people have been donating. So if something happens, look at this baby. Like, do you see this absolute baby? I'm still wearing my shepherd nails. I'm still wearing the shepherd nails. So now you can see just the you know, shepherd versus shepherd. Everybody's been loving the shepherd nails. And pumpkin spice chai. Okay, pumpkin spice chai, I'm sure, is much better. Hello, Melissa. We also had another, I think, new speaker, new saying hi person. Hajna, I'm not sure if you've been here before, but hello. I should have said hi to you.
Doomed red shirt
Maybe you
cheered
have, though. I don't see a
X200.
first-time talker. You're not a first-time talker. Thank you. We're almost there. What we're 91. We get to 100. Hopefully, everybody will get their emotes. Shrektacular, though. Shrektacular, if they changed it. It used to be if you hit a hype train, anybody who joined in would get an emote. Now, it's still anybody who joins in, but you have to hit 100. You have to hit level 2 to get an emote. I don't know why they're doing this to our economy. I'm going to go to basic so you get like the full cat experience. Very exciting news, by the way. I have cleaned this room to the level at which I don't mind people being in it, which is very exciting because there's some people coming over tonight and I want to show them my nail room because it's like such a cute room. It's like I think it might be the cutest room in the house, but honestly, our bedroom's really cute and the downstairs is really cute. It's just not like put together. It's like very eclectic. Unlike this room, which is all one theme, as you can tell. The theme being my room. I was on streams here. My show does. That sucks. Oh, we got to 100. Hell yes. Hype train completed. Is that completed or is it hype train level 2? Thank you to everybody who gave to the hype train. Thank you, Jadoob. Thank you, Vero. Thank you, Doomed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. But yes, if I didn't say hello to you, yes, I did. Yeah, we did make it to level 2. Okay, now everybody will get emotes. Thank you. Thank you very much for helping everybody get emotes. Look at this baby. We do have possibly another announcement in our lives. So a while back, a little kitten, well, a long time ago, like a year ago, forever ago for me, because I'm an infant and a year seems like forever. A cat with no foot, with like one missing foot, but not, it seems to be a birth defect, kind of just like came into our backyard. And so we've been keeping it safe in our backyard and like feeding it and stuff. But then another kitten showed up, and that kitten has been kind of in our face. We fixed and vaccinated the first cat. This kitten, though, is much braver than the other kitten that is still back there. They're friends. So we did take this cat to the Humane Society today to get fixed and vaccinated. And I don't know why I said very. This might become a new kitten in the house because it is a very nice kitty. So we haven't actually petted it yet, but it seems very interested in that concept, in the concept of eating food from our hands and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. We might have kitty number 3. Hello, Holly. It's going very well. Hello, Polish Mess. The only people contribute to the hype train gets emotes. Yes, that's what I meant, Doomed. Yeah, if you do not contribute to the hype train, you do not get an emote. So I'm very sorry. But you can, it's not too late. You can still contribute 100 bits or a sub to the hype train. You can still get an emote. It's not too late. It's never too late. You're not first time. I don't normally get to join streams that are during the day. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't remember your first time. I'm sure it was special to me. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for cleaning the level, Doom. Let me just make sure I've got everybody. But how has everybody's week been? How has your week been? I am going to go overhead and I am going to put this cat down. No matter how cute she is. Do you just like, hold on. I just got to show y'all if you haven't seen. Just like the permissiveness of this cat. She's like, I permit you. I permit you to just rub me. Okay, Shepherd, I love you. But you gotta go on the floor now. You gotta go. There's a whole couch that doesn't have stuff on it now. You can go sit on the whole couch. This is my Shepherd holding pillow. It's a Volari gaming pillow. Do I use it for gaming? No. I use it as God intended, not the Volari company. God intends me to put it on my lap to hold my cat. All right. Today we are doing Shrektacular. I just decided. I just realized I have this Monarch polish that might be good for this, but I decided that I just needed some Shrek in my life. And I have an idea, but I did not get the polish out yet. If I do have the right polish for this. No! What I really want is a green foil. Is what I really want. And I thought I had a green foil in this one collection, like a green metallic, but it kind of like is a foil in this one collection. And either I didn't put it away right, or that's not a thing. Well, poop. I thought I had it, so maybe we'll do a shimmer. I just want a really sparkly Shrek. It was the most recent hype emote update. You had all the emotes in the first few levels. But you didn't get any rewards, so you had them all. That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. You might have all of them already. What is behind me? Oh, it's ain't nothing but my freaking glass thing I probably shouldn't be hitting with my chair. Whew, oh boy. You think last year you joined was a Texas Love stream? Yes. Oh yes, where I was doing my nails for, I was doing a rally. I was going to a rally where we were talking about the recent flooding in Texas. Not as recent anymore, still pretty recent. All right, everybody, open up your hype chest. That's the other thing is that, I don't know, I think if you don't open it, you still get it, but like, I don't know. Ooh. And then share what you got. If you got one, I didn't get this one. I do not have all the hype train emotes. That is for certain. There is one polish that I kind of wanted to use today that I did not get, and now I can't get, and I'm very sad. Thank you for PPU Bingo schedule update. You have been waiting to your thumb Sunday night. You're so welcome. I'm trying to get the word out as much as I can. I even made a post on Fanaticure on YouTube. I think hopefully it went up. I was trying to tell everybody, like, hey, please don't show up on Sunday. And I'll also try to put out stuff like on Sunday, like, you know, like just get the word out, and on Instagram and on the freaking Discord. It was just like, I'd been like, no, I can't do anything on Sundays. Like on the last Sunday of the month, or the first, depending on, you know, what month it is. I kept being like, I can't. And then I like just totally forgot and committed to something that I cannot gracefully get out of. It went up. What went up? Wait, you tried to sub the hype train, but PayPal is being rude. I'm so sorry, Polished Mess. Thank you so much for trying, though. Thank you so much for trying. This is a color that might be good. Pumpkin Vibes by Kathleen and Co. This is from last year's Halloween PPU, and I still haven't swatched it. I did, though, find my swatch dots. Very excited. You saw the YouTube post. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. We have been doing, like, I think that we have changed. We missed one bingo because I was literally trapped in a snowstorm in Canada. Thank you for the correction, Melissa. It's so funny. I asked when Stacy Quality Nails was on the podcast, we do that James Lipton 10 questions thing, and we asked her what her least favorite word was. And she said there and your, because of the fact that, like, there's so many different ways to spell them, and it's really annoying. And I was just like, oh my God. You're so right. That does suck. Oh, please. Oh, to be trapped in Canada. Please, God, please send me. honestly, like, you know, it's tempting. It's a tempting place to go. But at the time, I was just like, please get me back home. I was with Vero and Cannon Frauder for most of that time. So it was not so bad. We made the best of it. Just don't come to Alberta. Yeah, Alberta seems pretty fucked right now. No, I will not be leaving America unless, like, I don't know, like, I'm staying, and you're gonna love me. I don't got kids, you know, so someone got to be here resisting until the bitter end, and it's gonna be me, baby. Hopefully there won't be a bitter end. Hopefully I will stay here resisting until justice wins, and then we will continue to push for more justice, because the work will never be done. Like, you know, the work will, the moment that you're like, the work is done, that's when you become the work that's got to be done. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you're like, full justice has been achieved, there's got to be something you're missing. There's got to be something you're missing or purposefully ignoring. But you know, that's me always on my soapbox. But I like being on my soapbox. I can see the tops of everybody's heads from here. Unless we all become refugees. That's very true. You can become a refugee, or just, you know, okay, I'm sorry. I was gonna make a really fucking, like, dark joke, not joke, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, there might come a time where it's like imminently die or flee. I might choose flee then. But until then. You guys, when you were getting passports for the first time ever, we have 3 kids, both have family in Mexico and India. Crazy, you have to seriously contemplate it. Absolutely. And, like, yeah, you've got to protect your children. That #1 priority. Absolutely. And it's wild. And I do have a friend who just moved to Mexico, and they've been considering it since the first Trump administration. They've been, like, trying to make it happen, and even all through the Biden administration. And then they finally did. And then they gave me all of their nail polish, but I need to find their, I need to get their address, because they gave me all their nail polish, which is all, like, 10 to 15-year-old. Hello, son. Hello. 34 months. Holy shit. What am I trying to say? They gave me their like 10 to 15-year-old mainstream nail polish collection, which is so exciting. So what I want to do, they've never tried indie polish as far as I know. And they had some like good, like cool finishes. They had some like specialty finishes, but like they had flakies that they were like, I can never get them to stay down. And they're always like so wonky and whatever. So what I want to do is get them a collection of some of my favorite indie brand polishes and send them down to them in Mexico. I'm very excited. Cause yeah, they've never tried them. Perhaps vintage. Like, I mean, when do we start calling things vintage? But like, look at this ugly ass. And I say, like, I said this before when I showed it off the first time. Look at this ugly ass China glaze. I'm not saying this to nag on this China glaze. I saw this and I gasped out of joy and rapture. Cause like, it's a descriptive statement. It's ugly, you know? it is dry as fuck. It's dry as fuck. They also sent me a bajillion Zoya pixie dusts. So, and those actually seem to be, so yeah, that was with like approximately 10,000 drops of polish thinner in it. So we're going to add like even fucking more to this polish. Maybe it'll be a bit thin. Maybe I'll have to leave it open for a while. Yeah, lots of thinner. I met some people recently that were like, they did not know that polish thinner was a thing. And they were like, oh shit, I've gotten rid of like so many polishes. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. All right. I'm so sorry your phone is overheating. But enjoy doing something that does not overheat your phone as much. I don't know if this China glaze had a ball in it. So I'm putting a ball in it. He finally decided to redo your nails, and you have on the Rogue, it's still fine, and you are loving it. So it's Rogue, the Rogue lacquer, it's still fine is the name. That sounds very good. All right, I put a ball in here, and I feel like I'm already like feeling it shake more. Hello, Craftosaurus. He finally caved and bought a second Helmer. Welcome. Welcome to the 2 Helmer Club. I'm a 2 Helmer, 2 Melmer girl. Girly. Woman, non-binary human. But yes, they're so beautiful. Well, I'm so proud of you for accepting that you need a second Helmer. For those of you, though, who missed my last stream, I will show off the box of nail polish if I can pick it up without breaking it. It's just in a cardboard box, so like, so this is the box. There's a few of them taken out, but this is the box of nail polish that my friend left me. And it's funny, I told her that I talked about it on stream. Hell, she might even be watching right now. If you're watching, hi. I told her that I talked about it on stream, and she was so excited. She's like, I'm hoping that you were gonna do that. And I was like, she didn't say it just like that. She didn't say it, well, she typed it actually. She's like, I was hoping you'd show it off. And I'm like I would not show this off. As if I wouldn't show this off. Because seriously, let me find my LG hub and focus this. Oh, we weren't even on like my normal focus. You've been in denial for years, storing the overflow in an open cart, and it just wasn't working anymore. It never, sorry about my light being in my face. So yeah, this is the box of polish. There's Essie, so I went through a few of them I was excited about. There's Essie Clam Bake. I've been wanting to try this forever. I showed off this, like, now of course, Orly is, y'all saw? Did y'all see what Orly did? Second Harry Potter collab. After saying that their color labs was a safe space for Swifties. And it's just like, y'all, what the fuck? But they did make this, and it's very, very cool. And it's kind of like a creamy version of some of the retro jellies from Holo Taco. And I fucking love it. I think it's great. We have advanced nail polish remover pads. We have so many pixie dust of every single color. This green actually might come in handy. Maybe my friend gave me a Shrektacular polish. This one has like a butterfly wing. Delete all the comments people were leaving on their Swifty post too. That is wild. Like, I mean, it's not like, I say that's wild, but like, that's expected, you know? Like, that's fucking expected. But like, but it is so disappointing. This is the one that my friend bought 3 different times and apparently didn't lay flat. But because she was in the Stone Age and not buying indie polish, she didn't have glitter grabber. So yeah, this is a polish that I bought and then I lost and then I bought again and now I have another bottle. I mean, it is discolored, but it shouldn't actually make that big of a difference for this one. It's a clear top coat and it's not discolored enough really to make that an issue. But it's one of my favorite ones. It's Clearly Spotted by Maybelline Color Show. And I have a bunch of other ones now that are like, you know, in that same vein. Is this what I have been looking for? It's not what I've been looking for. Oh my God. This is basically what I was looking for. It is just kind of a metallic. Like I wish it was a foil, but like, you know, I think she'll be so excited that I turned her polish into Shrek. I have so many juleps. Here's another kind of Shrektacular polish. That's a little too dark though. That one's a little too dark. It's such a fun box. You started round 2 of the Great Orly War. You did. You absolutely did. Like, we were so, like, non-dista the fuck is all I have to say about the new Orly. Like Orly, okay, this is another pretty good Shrektacular polish. I can use this as highlights if I'm gonna be doing my Shrek Skin metallic shimmer. Then that's good. That's good for that. Obviously the China Glazes, because China Glaze kind of wins. They kind of win the mainstream coolness and originality award. So of course all her coolest polishes are China Glazes. Ooh, a very hot pink. This hot pink neon Milani in an opaque bottle. But it's lacquer and it's just like, y'all, maybe they didn't want, you know, actually though, I can see putting a neon in a bottle like that. I can see putting a neon in a bottle like that. Orly white tips. Oh my God. Orly, why you gotta be this way? I'd be so excited for this old ass French tip Orly bottle. But like, you gotta be that way. I wish you wouldn't be that way. I wish that you would let me love you. All I want to do is love you, Orly, and all you want to do is hurt me and the people that I love, you know, the other people beside you. You still love China Glaze, Ashen Burns so much. I need to find that one. In for a sweet Halloween China Glaze collection this year. I think that would be very cool. By the way, speaking of Halloween, not this Friday, not next Friday, but the next Friday, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights. And I'm going to go to the Fallout Maze. And apparently, to some level, you are allowed to wear costumes. I should have my, wait, what did I do with my clip? I think I put it in here. I should have my vault suit by then. So I might be able to do the Fallout Maze in my vault suit. We'll see. Fairy dust will always be your favorite holo topper. It's very good. Only time you did a D-stash, you just put everything in a couple of grocery bags and sent it with your ex to work. And I guess everyone there was crazy with it and loved it so much. But obviously now you regret getting sent rid of some of them. So you will never do it again. Yeah, I have... This is a Fallout Maze song title? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, so we've got this for the Shrek skin. I don't know what I want to... I don't know what capacity. I have not thought through this Shrek Manny. I have had this very vague idea in my head about it, but that was like a vibe enough that I was like, I don't need to figure this out right now. And now I'm like, maybe you should have like considered. Well, okay, so first things first, I looked up sexy Shrek. And I found something. I'm gonna be sharing this. I'm gonna be sharing this to the Discord. If you're 18 plus and queer friendly, you can join the Discord. We'd love to have you. But I'm going to share this to the Fanaticure Discord. In not safe for work memes and funnies. Cause oh my god, you must see it. No. You have not painted your nails in a long compared to normal time, and you feel like you missed a ton of collabs. You feel like crap about it. Danny, you gotta forgive yourself. You gotta forgive yourself. Or else I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm not gonna kill you. I just thought that'd be a funny way to follow that up. You gotta forgive yourself, or else I'll never forgive you for that. There's a sexy Shrek eating a banana, so that's interesting. I was thinking of a sexy Shrek Manny, and maybe I still am. Maybe I still am. Like, I see the kind of position I want Shrek to be in. Okay, now that I cannot open this for y'all, I guess I could just be like, keep safe search on. Can I do tools? Where's safe search? Usually I'm a safe search off kind of person. What you don't know about me, and is totally mysterious about me, is that I often have my safe search off. And I search for things that safe search would have censored. You're hoping a sexy Shrek will inspire you to paint. I think that it will. Okay. I think that, unfortunately, I have found my image that I'm going to be drawing from. Open image, in new tab. It's not high definition. But it's giving me kind of a body shape to go off of. So I will show you what it is. And it's just kind of a bad Photoshop, which is good for me because it's like not like somebody's original artwork of Shrek that's not necessarily accurate to Shrek. I did find a real sexy Shrek though. Let me show you the actual sexy Shrek I found. Nice, right? Can you just say no thank you? What about this one though? What about this Shrek? You may be lurking while you go to a work meeting, so you have been so proverbially underwater this week. I'm so sorry. A lot of people I've hardly heard anything about the floods that I know were happening last week. But you hear me out, thank you. Still no thank you, but less no thank you. That's fair enough. That's totally fair enough. He is holding some eyeballs. I think he would get along with the shepherd just looking at me like, isn't there someone you forgot to hold? Look, y'all just don't have no taste in big boys. Thank you, Earth Girl. Earth Girl's the only one who understands me, as per fucking usual. Okay. Let's get a background color for Shrek. The first one that came to mind was You'll Join Us Someday. And yeah, it looks pretty good, actually. It's a very Shrek color. So we'll do You'll Join Us Someday by Garden Path Lacquers. This has a clear base, but I think it's fantastic on its own. It's full coverage. And because it's got black specks and you know, it's all broken up in there, it's all shardy. Shardy. Since it's that way, it really hides the nail line well. And anything that might be happening under the nail line. because I have not made my special brew recently, we are back to using Bag Bomb. I'm back as Bag Bomb's #1 spokesperson. That's one of it's one of my top polishes too. You're packing, you missed the image. Wait, hold on. Ashley, are you there? Are you there, Ashley? It's me, Fanatic here. Do you see him? Do you see the boy? The man? The myth? The legend? Hot Shrek. You know, a lot of people, and I don't think, here's the thing about Shrek. Here's what you gotta know about Shrek and me. It's not the looks. I think Shrek is like, you know, like I tap that. Like regular Shrek, for sure. It's just that, like, he's gross. You know, like he's in his swamp. He's doing the weird swamp stuff with his body. Maybe he could, you know, explain to me what his hygiene routine is. But I do love a hygienic boy. I do love a good smelling, good tasting man and lady for that matter. So, you know, that's the thing. But this one, thank you, Jadoob. Thank you. Need more chest. Yeah, absolutely more chest hair. I want probably more attracted to Shrek's dad. Probably. I want to wear chest hair pretty much every day of my life, and I should honestly just do it more often. I should honestly just go dude mode some days. I am in any pronouns non-binary. Not that it's not anybody's right to have chest hair and dress mask any random day of the week, but it's especially my right. But it's like my whole vibe. It's not my whole vibe. There's a lot of facets to my vibe. I'm a really multifaceted person, which is what no one gets. No, it's not true. That's not true at all. Wait. Oh, you know what you... Wait, hold on. It's just frustrating. The thing is, I'm supposed to help you forget about your problems. Makes you feel bad. Yeah. That's the fucking world we live in. The hobbies become like jobs, basically. Like, this is a hobby. What I'm doing right now. Not just in that, like, I am doing a hobby type activity. Like, I do not stream for money. I do not do nails for money. And yeah, I would feel very bad if I missed this. Hobby or jobby, yeah. Exactly, but I'm used to volunteering. At least nowadays. But yeah, I don't rely on the money from this in any way, shape, or form, which is why I do love doing charity every time I can. We do not have a charity for next stream. I'm gonna ask Jeremy if he has a charity that's like, you know, near and dear to his heart. We'll see what charity we have. Streaming patient with me, y'all. Hopefully we'll be back to streaming nail art soon. Everybody loves you, Danny, and we all just want you to be happy, whether that is on stream or off stream. That's what we want for you. Yeah, I will say that, like, I really value what I get out of this, and what what makes me, you know, like, make it a priority in my life, is just that I love this community, and I feel like our Fanatic here community has so much value to me and to the people who are in it. And I feel like there's so many things that I do with y'all that are really valuable to me. And I think are also, like, doing good in the world as well. Not that if, like, we were, you know, doing good in the world neutral, that would be a problem for me. But yeah, like, I just want to be here with y'all, and I want to run this community so that we can all have this community, because I think it's a great one. Because I love it. Why is your first response to everyone saying they love me or the community I'm in to hiss like a cat? It's because because you're a cat. Because you're like that little kitten in my backyard who's like, love me. And then you trap it in a humane trap, and all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. I just trapped you in a steel trap. I am just trying to literally trap you and remove your sex organs. Why do you got a problem with this? Why can't we just be cool? Last night you're getting so angry at yourself for trying to water marble for hours. Your husband's like, whoa, chill. Yeah, that's like, yeah. That's me. I'm also #1 person to like be like, y'all, you can just chill. And then like me, I have no chill. Very alien probe vibes. Yeah, it is. Catch and release, like neutering and spaying is very alien probe vibes. We'll see if this ends up being a release though. We'll see if we end up releasing this cat, because if we become friends, we will probably keep this cat. So we'll see. It will be adding one more not entirely black cat to my collection of cats, which I'm not. I used to be like, I only have black cats and I only want black cats. And that's true. If I were out adopting a cat at a shelter or something, I would get a black cat, and I would only get a black cat. But sometimes the shelter comes to you. Sometimes the shelter comes to your backyard. The cat distribution chooses you, and you must take what you are given. You finished your peanut butter and homemade chia seed jam and need to fold laundry. So, of course, Barney is asleep on top of all of it. Cats love laundry. That's the thing. That's the thing. By the way, speaking of having no chill in hobbies, I have something to show y'all. It's not the pro pictures yet, but I finished, you know, I do that mini painting club every 2 months. And I did like the wizard and the troll and the centaur and like the succubus druid. Well, the new one is due tomorrow, and I have finished it. So I will show that to you. Can I? Okay. The one time the cat distribution system chose me was a gorgeous black cat. I love that. Most of you have been CDs, all different, all special. Wait, what's CDS? What is CDS? All right. Anyway, so I had to paint this guy. I had to paint this barbarian. And I really, cat distro system. Yes. Yes. All of them have been all different, but all special. It's very special. You can't even pull laundry out from under him because it will disturb him. Yeah. Shepherd, when I try to pull laundry out from under her, she'll just like claw the laundry, and it's awful. So yeah, I had to paint this guy. And at first I was like, he looks like he's wheezing the juice. I don't know if y'all seen Encino Man, but my hubs and I were both like, he's wheezing the juice. Hubs has never seen Encino Man. I just say wheezing the juice so often that Hubs now knows wheezing the juice. So I wanted to make that happen, but I couldn't figure out a way that I felt like I could accomplish in my time. I don't know what's up. There must have been like a hair that got onto his sword, so I'm about to fix that. So I decided I had no choice. This guy on his little base was all I had to paint, and I made this whole thing because I was like, it's gonna be too hard for me to make him wheeze the juice. And to be fair, it would have been harder because I would have had to figure out what he was wheezing it from and like maybe like adjust his model itself. This was just like his model and then another model that I printed, this Dead Knight, and I have other pictures so you can see different angles. And then I took putty and I kind of sculpted this creek, and then I put in real rocks, real little shale rocks all up in here. So all these painted rocks are actually real rocks. And then I covered it in flocking, as one does. So let's go through the pictures. Let's get a little bit better picture of him. That's it from the top. So you can see like the thing I'm the most proud of, I mean, not the most proud of, but one of the things I really love is that like the knight, most of his wound that he was killed with is like under his shield, but I got it like on his arm and stuff. And also so this was a resin pour. what I did here was a resin pour. You can use different kinds of things to like make the water in these. Stuff that like doesn't have to be cured, but I didn't want to have to wait for it to dry because you have to do it in stages and wait a really long time for it to dry. So I decided to do a resin pour. It went okay. It went okay. I have lots to learn. Hello. Yes, really it is. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so this was a resin pour. And yeah, I got like blood though. I like colored the resin so that it looked like blood, so that there's like a little bit of a discoloration to the water flowing this way, because this river is flowing this way. I could have made the water look a little more like it was flowing, but I didn't do that, sadly. So yeah, there is the top and my knight. There's his ass. This guy is wearing like the world's largest fucking fox fur, or he's really tiny, but I think it's just a really big freaking fox is what it is. I'm really proud of his eyes. They actually look better close up than they do far away. And I'm really proud of his, wait, was it showing it on that one? Hold on. One of the heads on his belt, I made like a like teal. Oh, and this is the Oblivion portal that opened up in the bedroom. Or not the bedroom, the living room. I really love the little head on his waist. It's hard to see. But I made it like, I kind of wanted to make it look like a dark elf from Oblivion Remastered. They kind of look like that. They're a little less vibrant, but I wanted it to be vibrant. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for saying nice things about my mini. Thank you. Having no chills, right? Looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. It honestly was not, what is it? Resin awesome for minis. You're also impatient. Yeah. No, resin's great for minis. Resin is so good for so many things. It is one of the fastest ways to fix like a crack or like a seam and stuff. It's so nice. All right. Let's actually, Danny stepped away, right? It's critter feeding time, says Danny. Danny is like a critter feeding vigilante. And that's her catchphrase. It's critter feeding time. Hubs is practicing his ghoul voice for the Fallout fan celebration. If you are going to the Fallout fan celebration or live near Las Vegas or the Las Vegas, the Nevada, California state line, then in November, I think the weekend of like November 16th, there is a Fallout fan celebration in Good Springs. And I will be cosplaying as my favorite Soul Survivor and also the character that I play in our Fallout D&D style campaign, our Fallout tabletop RPG, Cherry Bomb. And my husbando is going to be my ghoul companion, who is going to be a real estate agent for ghouls. And his ghoul voice is so good. So good. You can't stay too long. You're packing and move to a new place. Oh my God. You've been in that place you've been in for a long time, haven't you? I keep forgetting to get my cuticle remover from downstairs. And I hate it because I love that cuticle remover. And I haven't had it in like, honestly, like a year or something. So I've just got to like scrounge up whatever cuticle remover we got. But also, where are my sticks? Because if I can't find my sticks, I might just let my cuticles be imperfect. Honestly, because I don't want to, I don't know what happened to my sticks. I don't know what happened to my sticks. And it's very sad. Okay, I guess I'm just going to let my cuticles die. I don't know. I'll find it someday. I have been tidying. Anyone else see photos from Burning Man? They're so flooded. Nice there's no sand blowing, but everything is wet. Isn't that sand like toxic? Burning Man is wild in like cool ways and also like literally fucking why ways, you know? It's just like, why you do this? All right, I am going to be putting, Oh, wait, no, before base coat, I'm going to put on my dehydrator. Never decide to keep working on it till you're done. Absolutely. Absolutely. My resin pour actually would have worked better. Well, one thing I didn't know where my flashlight was, my curing flashlight, my blacklight flashlight, and then I just found it, like, of course I cleaned my desk and that's where it was. Even though I was looking everywhere on my desk for it, I couldn't find it. So, like, I didn't have that. But if I had, I would have used it. I would have poured resin, but I wouldn't have done like a resin pour. Because, like, basically I had, I had used, like, plexiglass to, like, encase it so that it would, like, kind of rise up on the sides, like it was, like, cut off. And that did not quite work well. Like, I tested it before, and the resin didn't stick to it. But either I didn't cure it long enough, or something. And it was still kind of sticking to it when I pulled it off, so that sucked. And it kind of like cracked it, so I had to go back and like I painted on a little more resin. A lot of mistakes were made. And the cool thing about mistakes like this is that this was my first time really doing something like this with resin, and I learned from it. So, like, that's pretty cool, and it still turned out really good. So, like, that was a very cool thing about making these mistakes, is that I did learn from these mistakes. Is the Fallout Shindig happening where the bar is outside of Las Vegas? Yes. Yes. I believe that is correct. It is in the real, at the saloon, at the Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs. Because, yeah. Like, I feel like outside of Las Vegas, like, it's not far from Las Vegas, but, like... It is in California. Yeah, I'm really excited. They actually do Fallout stuff there, like, every couple of months. They have, like, a meetup, and they do different stuff. So, like, I would love to get out to one of those, but I just do not have the time, unfortunately. But, yeah, I met my friend, who knows Priest, and, like... They know Priest, and they're super into Fallout, and they're super into Dragon Age, and, like, all this shit, and they told us about this, and we were like, okay, we're gonna do it, and now we're making, like, oh my god, I forgot it downstairs! I got a Yowie paddle! Because my character, Cherry Bomb, uses a, because, like, this is set up by my husbando in our tabletop RPG. But she uses a barbed wire wrapped Yowie paddle. And unfortunately, I could not find a Yowie paddle for sale. But places that will engrave do exist. There she is, my beautiful Yowie paddle. As long as you already learned to wear gloves and a mask and use resin in a well-ventilated area. Yes. Yes. I do already know that. I do already know that. This, though, is not, I will say, it's still good to do that. This, however, is this is like the liquid resin that I was using. It's not the 2-part epoxy resin, and it's not printer resin. I also do use printer resin, and that one I have a tent that vents outside. I wear a full respirator, like it's a whole ass deal. This one, though, is just like nail resin. It's just like basically like for gel nails. Doesn't mean you can skip every safety precaution. It's still not good for you, but it is not as toxic as a lot of other resins are. And I was not using a lot of it. I wasn't using a lot of it at all. I actually, because I couldn't find my flashlight, I cured this in a nail curer. But yeah, the big resin, the resin printer, I have a whole, like, I have like a hazmat area for the resin printer. We print so damn much, y'all. So damn much. Today, though, I am probably going to print my first stickers. My first, like, Cricut cut stickers. we've had a Cricut forever, but like I never really got around. We used it for a few things, but I never really got around to like getting used to it. But what I love about doing things with other people is that I feel obligated to do the things that I suggest I will do. And I suggested, this person who makes stickers, I suggested that we could use my Cricut. And so I am making it happen, which if it was just me on my own. And it's really exciting because I've been wanting to make like stickers for, there's this like Suspiria S that I want to make for my wall. And I bought a bunch of stickers for it. But then I realized, like, it's a sticker bomb S kind of thing. Like, I'm doing like a sticker bomb situation. But then I realized that I needed more stickers than I had. And a lot of them just, like, were not floating my boat. But then I was like, wait a minute. Now I could just do this on my Cricut. I had been planning on trying it, but like I said, because it was just for me, it was like less likely to happen. I need to have like the other person to push me. Fallen Flake top coat or taco also would have been good. Just like a kind of brown background with Fallen Flake. Bartender Lady was awesome. Really made your nephew's B-Day, which wonderful. So was your nephew a Fallout fan? This person that we got to play at a rally a while back loves Fallout as well, and noticed my Fallout walker patch on the back of my walker. And so I actually just made him some Fallout buttons, and I'm really excited to give him his Fallout buttons. Because he's a musician, he's a guitarist. I made him a button for Vault 93. I think it's 93. Vault 93 is from Fallout 3. And it's a vault in DC where they put like the best musicians of the era to drive them all insane with subliminal noises. So I hope he'll be flattered. I hope he'll be flattered. Hello, welcome back, Danny. Hello, welcome. How are you doing, Lori? How are you doing? We are doing some Shreksy nails for the Shrektacular. I still haven't decided how big Shrek's gonna be. I might be like regretting the fact that I did like 3 coats on some of these nails because they're gonna mostly be Shrek. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm using some old ass nail polish. I actually don't even know the coverage of this at all. Ooh, it don't look particularly coversome. If I do say so myself. Lurking and working. Love it. Love it. This polish is You'll Join Us Someday by Garden Path Lacquer for the background. Then we have Sagrina the Teenage Witch. I was holding it upside down, so it took me a while to realize the joke they were making. And then Ivy League. These are from the nail polish that my friend gave me before she moved. I think maybe I'll do the outline of Shrek in black because that's a shimmer, and so it'll probably go on better over black. He's a huge fan. It was his 21st birthday, his uncle's 50th, but your nephew doesn't drink / gamble, so he took the day to go together, plus the dam, plus Marvel Museum shield theme thingy. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. All the rest of the stuff the family thinks we're odd for loving. You gotta have some of those hobbies that people think you're odd for loving. Or perhaps some of those wall boys. All right. Gotta drink up. I did, by the way, fish out the nail polish thinner from the trash. I am just gonna put a sticker on it though that says no glitters. So that whoever because I'm gonna give it to somebody. And I don't want them to use it with glitters. That's it. All right. Let's clean this off. We are gonna want to do a top coat over this. I think I'll do it now. These are gonna be some thick ass nails. Some thick ass nails. What does a nail polish thinner do? Okay, so a nail polish thinner thins nail polish. If you've ever had a nail polish dry out or expire, unless there's like mold in it, which is very unlikely, it's just dried out. It's fine. You can use it forever. It's just dried out. So you can buy these nail polish thinners. This is Beauty Secrets. I don't recommend this one because this has heptane in it, and heptane eats glitter. However, there's the KB Shimmer one. The KB Shimmer one does not contain heptane, and it does not eat glitter. So that is my recommendation. Also, Glisten and Glow makes a good nail polish thinner that doesn't eat glitter. However, I just don't like the bottle as much as I like the KB Shimmer, which pains me because on a personal level, I love Jill from Glisten and Glow, and me and KB Shimmer, we got beef. So like, you know, but sometimes you gotta let that beef slide. you gotta slide that beef down, I guess. And just accept that you have to, that your entire collection of nail polish is more important than that beef. There is like one part of my fingy here that's not covered. So hopefully there will be a Shrek part over that. I'm going to put the Shrek dick over that. But yeah. Mythical Enigma, were you from the recent raid train that I did? By the way, we raised last week when I did the raid train for Natty 20. We personally raised about $150. So thank you everybody who donated. Holy shit. You're always showing up. You're always showing up. Yeah, it's very similar to Colorless Space. What polish do people vote for the Holotalk Royalty Survey? I have no idea, but somebody in the chat might know. But let me look at how much we raised as a group. Yes, I see you in there. I see you in there. How much did we raise as a group? We raised, wait, hold on. The halfway point was 1,188 and 69 cents. We love the 69. We raised all together for Natty 20's birthday, for the Oakbrook Cat Rescue, which is a rescue that she fosters cats for, $2,348.69 at my local humane society. That would neuter over 13 cats. Maybe not 13. Maybe 13. I'm not sure. A lot of cats. Yeah. Wonderful. Amazing. So thank you everybody who donated, and if you're here from there, thank you very much for being involved. Someday we'll hear the tea on the beef. Do you want to hear the tea on the beef? I'll tell you the tea on the beef. I've said it a few times. For a while, I did not tell the beef tea. For a while, I did not tell the beef tea. And then for many reasons, I mean, I did. I've told it and not told it in various ways, but nowadays I just do not care. I road tripped to Polish and Beauty Expo. Polish and Beauty Expo is run by the owner of KB Shimmer. She is the be-all end-all queen of Polish and Beauty Expo. And I went and Danny went and we were so excited to go together and see each other, which we did. And then the day before, like when we were doing the classes and stuff, I realized I had COVID for the first time in my life. It was 2022, I believe was the year, or was it 2023? No, it must have been 2023. And I had COVID for the first time. And I had gotten the general package. The general package. And the general package included two goodie bags, 2 gift bags of polish and stuff. So I was like, this fucking blows. This blows, but I cannot go. I do not want to expose people to COVID, so I'm going to stay in my hotel room. So I'm going to ask if somebody can go and get my goodie bags full of like $50 worth of polish and extras that I paid for, and bring it up to my hotel room. I was on the block for Polish and Beauty Expo. So I sent them, or I messaged them, and they were like, absolutely not. Absolutely. Yeah, Sun got my COVID because we did have a meetup the night before and I was not showing symptoms, but I was contagious. And Sun got my COVID. And it fucking blew. Like, I loved meeting Sun, and I believe Sun loved meeting me and Danny and everybody else there. And we also were so very sick. So yeah. Anyway, I told her and she was like, absolutely no, we don't let people do that. We don't let people like send other people to get their stuff. And I do understand that in theory, if somebody buys a ticket to Polish and Beauty Expo, it was only like $35. It was not very expensive. And then they never leave home and they just expect somebody to go buy their stuff, take their stuff and bring it home. And there's only a finite amount of those packages for people. That would suck. And that's a rule for sure that I understand. If you do not make it, if I was in California, I would not in a million years have asked them to like send me my freebies. But I had made it all the way to the hotel before the COVID set in. So I was like, and it was attached to the event center. Anyway, they were like, no. I was like, Melissa, if giving somebody COVID was just giving one person COVID, I absolutely would have considered it. Unfortunately, I did not trust this person to not spread COVID rampantly. So I stayed in my room. So anyway, yeah, and I was like, really? Are you serious? You want me to go down there and like get people sick with COVID? And she was like, well, you could give it to the people who are outside at the door. But the thing is that nobody was outside at the door. They were in a hallway at the door. And we were vaccinated. Like, this was 2023. We were vaccinated, like, you know, and people were but yeah, like, obviously you can still get COVID. So, like, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Also, like, lady, like, this was before I had my walker. I could hardly, like, I was in so much pain. I was, like, so exhausted. Bold of her to assume I could have even walked there. Bold of her to assume. And through a hotel, getting all of them, like, exposed to this as well. Like, what the fuck, lady? So I, like, asked, and then, like, she was just, like, not budging. So then, like, a friend offered, who, like, knew her, offered to, like, help me out. And she was like, okay, you can send your husband down with your IDs, and I'll give it to him. But the next day, he was sick, and so we didn't want to send him down either. And they were just like, nah. And, yeah, then I posted about it. And I wish I'd posted about it better, honestly. I was, like, crying. It was a bit, like, juvenile of me. However, like, whatever, I was in distress and I was really pissed off. And I was literally, this lady did not consider that I was an emotionally unstable person. You didn't consider that I can't control myself, which is your problem. No, but you didn't consider that I was like literally deathly ill with a deadly disease, stuck in a hotel room in a place I don't know, with no couch, by the way, no seat that could fit my butt was in this place. Even the chair couldn't fit my butt. So I only had a bed. And like, that doesn't sound like a big deal for a day, but for like 5 days, like how long we were in that hotel room because we didn't want to leave because we were too sick, it was absolutely demoralizing. Like, because like my back hurt. I wanted to sit up, you know, like I just wanted to sit and I couldn't do that. Thank you. And like, yeah, like I know that definitely know I did the right thing to not go. I don't regret in any way, shape, or form not going down there. But yeah, so I did that, and then that was a bit of a thing. And then I did get a message back from her after Danny, by the way, and our other friend, Polished Bibliophile. My bags, like anybody who didn't pick up their stuff was raffled off. So it wasn't a personal thing, but my bag was raffled off, and so was my spouse's. So like they went and bought them. Like they were like for sale. They like bought them and brought me them. But then I did get a message from KB Shimmer, and they were like, I don't remember exactly what they said, if they even said they were sorry, but they did refund me my money for the entire, like, obviously they couldn't refund the hotel room or anything, but like we had paid for like the dinner and like I think a class or something, and then like for 2 people, so it was like over $200. They did refund that money. Also, Zudzy Manicures, if you know Zudzy, who does whatchamacallit, Zudzy Manicures, who does Topic Tuesday, she came and like brought me a little gifty basket. Like she brought me some stuff too. It was so sweet. Like in my hotel room. Danny brought me flowers, and also her and her spouse went to Kinko's to print out, you know, the meme where the guy is getting hanged and it says first time? They printed that out to give to me because it was my first time having COVID. So like, yeah, like it was really, really sweet, but like, it was just like, I was literally sitting there with nothing to do, and there were even people streaming the event, and like, I felt so bad because the person like who was streaming the event knew what happened to me, and then like went to KB Shimmer's table. Physical memes are more special. They went to KB Shimmer's table while I was in their chat, and then other people in the chat were like, ask her about Stephanie, ask her why, ask her. And I was like, I don't want to put that random person in that position. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I wouldn't do that. It's just that I don't want her to like feel obligated and then possibly feel blamed by the chat if she doesn't do it. So like she didn't give KB Shimmer a hard time, but that's what I realized. Like, I cannot be in this space because I'm super pissed. And also I don't want people to be like, to be bugging other people on my behalf. So I graciously left conversations about that. So yeah, that is the beef with KB Shimmer. That is why we do the PSL voice. We always say she's not canceled, she's just PSL'd. And that's the beef. That's the beef. I will read back what people have said. So, yeah, Shimmer beef, yeah. We ended up staying an extra night in Chicago because we were too sick to drive. Yep, that happens. Staying in your room was the right thing to do. It's not great that they would risk everyone there. Exactly. Like, Hajna, it was mind-boggling. Like, when she said that nobody could come pick it up, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you, like, I think, like, my reply to it was, like, very, very much in that tone. Like, I wasn't, like, being rude, but I was like, are you serious right now? Like, I'm saving your ass right now. Do you want everybody to know, and now that they do, that she just does not take these illnesses seriously? Like, she did reinstate frickin', I don't know if did they even take a year off for COVID? They probably did. I don't know. I wasn't here for that. But they, like, were back the next year, which, that was a bit too soon for me. I didn't go. Thank you. Thank you, Holly, for saying that. I did the right thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It gives you big anti-vaxxer vibes, honestly. It honestly does. You're not, if not anti-vax, very much downplaying the dangers of COVID to some people. Yeah, you know, like, starting up the thing in 2021, like, that was questionable. And I understand that if you do make a lot of money doing that, like, honestly, with certain things aside, if you're an ICE agent, fuck you. Especially if you became one after Trump took office the second time. But with some exceptions, I just try not to judge what people do to make money. I just try not to judge it because, like, we live in a capitalist hellscape and you have literally got to eat. So if she was like, I am struggling to survive and like, I know I can make money off of doing Polish and Beauty Expo and all of these other people need the money too, who are going to be coming because they make money off Polish and Beauty Expo. Like, I don't agree, but I accept and I'm going to let you do you. If not, anti-vax, very ableist. Absolutely. Absolutely. You would have been bitter. You traveled so far. Spadazzles, to say I was bitter is like an understatement. Like, I don't have another thing to say. Like, I was so, like, Danny can tell you, I was not, if I had been in DBT, I would have been having a skills breakdown at that moment. I was having a skills breakdown. I was so mad. I was, like, basically inconsolable. And, like, there was aftermath that, like, I haven't even talked about. But, like, and it's not, you know, it was not anything like, no talking kind of thing, like, you know, an NDA or anything. It's just like I was not okay for a while because, like, yeah, we had traveled, we had driven for like a week to get there, and KB Shimmer had been one of my favorite brands. They had been one of my favorite brands, and it's like what Orly did really sucks, and I hate what they did. But, like, this was one company run by one person, and they, like, specifically did this bad thing directly to me. I do still buy them, and, like, you know, perhaps I shouldn't, but, okay, so for Shrek. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta just let it slide. It's been a while. I'm realizing that the way I've already kind of put this like Shrek head is going to kind of like limit my Shrekking abilities. So I think we need to, like, unfortunately, try to remove some of this nail polish and, like, see if we can't. This is one of the reasons I put top coat on. Because you can fix it up a bit. Okay. Also, most of this is not going to be... I'm going to clean up the edge up here really well. A lot of this is not going to be seen. This, like, under stuff is not. But yeah, like, honestly, one of the worst things absolutely was that hotel room. And let me tell you about the hotel. It's attached to the convention center. They do not expect people to be luxuriating in their hotel. I understand. But where most hotel rooms would have, like, a, okay, let's, like, make his face first to make sure it, like, fits. There we go. And now we can do the hand sticking out that way. Perfect. And apparently there's, like, some space there. And then he's got his two little thingies. Is that even, like, the right place for his thingies? It does not look like it's the right place for his thingies. But anyway, so instead, where there would have been, like, a chair or a couch, usually, like a comfy sit down spot, there was gym equipment. There was gym equipment for you to use. There was fucking, like, dumbbells and shit. And, like, on every wall were, like, affirmations, like rise and grind kind of shit. And I was just like, I was just so, did I even make this any better? Did I even make his like little things better? I think I did. I was so annoyed because all I wanted to do was like sit down and like, I think I was watching Jenny Nicholson's Evermore video for the millionth time, because that's my favorite thing to do, is watch Jenny Nicholson's Evermore video. Really just watch any Jenny Nicholson video, although I am behind on her Patreon. I guess I'm just gonna not have there be like an open space. But yeah, I just wanted to sit and like not either be laying down or like trying to sit on the bed. And I could not even do that. And it was like so shitty. So literally, like on the way home, we did not stay at a hotel if they didn't have a couch in the room. If they didn't have a sofa, we were like, no. Yeah, and then like, there were pictures. Oh my God. I need to find the pictures. Because like, those affirmations were like everywhere in the hotel. Even like the do not disturb was like, I'm getting work done in here. Don't bother me because I'm like in my fucking power meeting or something. And I'm just like, don't come in here because I got COVID. Also, they would only bring one fucking roll of toilet paper at a time. We had to call for another roll of toilet paper every single time we ran out. And we had COVID. So we were using toilet paper on the face and on the rest. But like every time we had to tell them, and they were like, just come down to the lobby. And I'm like, hey, did they not leave a note for you that there's 2 people with COVID in your hotel? Like, oh my God. It's like, now the vaccines are available and you're just like, I don't give a shit. Those expensive hotels that have no fridge, what the hell is that about? That sucks. That absolutely sucks. They're like, yo, you could just call room service for everything. And if you don't finish your room service. Okay, so that's Shrek here. And so he's like gonna be, his body is like, his body is ready. We're just gonna like make his arm come from here. His beautiful Shrexy arm. I probably shouldn't have filled him in all the way. That's okay. So there we go. That's like where his arm will go. So yeah, it has been a while. Luckily, now that I talk about it, I'm not like so furious. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Exactly. You travel far to be uncomfortable and your feelings are 100% justified. They were, sorry, 10,000% justified. Thank you. Once I flew in Vegas and you were so miserable. I got COVID, I'm almost certain, in Vegas. I'm almost certain that's where I acquired the COVID. And now we're like, if we ever do some shit like this again, do all the fun stuff on the way back. Do not do the fun stuff on the way there. Stop and visit friends. On the way back, I also had a massive migraine when we were in Vegas. So it was like really nice to like, we went to Omega Mart. I met up with Summer from Plus Life Lacquer. We went shopping. And like, luckily I mostly have memories of that. I don't know really what to do with the rest of his body. I am gonna probably have to like, oh, I should give him like a, I should outline where his like tummy becomes leg. There we go. Also, I think that his arm is like, I made his arm too big for like what I've already established, but that's fine because that's all going to be covered anyway. Yeah, I gotta take what I've done and just cover it all up with black nail polish because like, That's what the background's gonna have to be. I hope he's even, like, readable. He will be, though, I think. He will. Like, I have faith. I have faith that my plan is gonna work. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. And despite what you see, I have confidence in me. So jot that down. By the way, I did mention I was thinking we could watch The Sound of Music in November. And I do gotta say, I have abandoned that idea because November is going to be movies we should have watched earlier or at all. Like The Mummy. I've never seen The Mummy all the way through because even though I am a massive horror fan, The Mummy scared me. Boncat, thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you later. Surprised I didn't give it to you when we met, when I took you to Flavortown. Yes, I stopped him at Lacquerdactyl. We went to Flavortown. We went to the Guy Fieri restaurant. I know, I'm also surprised I didn't give it to you. I'm also surprised. I was mortified. I was mortified that I had exposed so many people to it on my way there. The Brendan Fraser Mummy. I'm so sorry. Well, you know, maybe we can't really do a double feature. But wait, we could do. Okay, Danny, we got this. Because we've been doing a double feature every month. We'll do Sound of Music for one time, and then we'll do The Mummy and the other one I wanted us to watch, which is Hot Fuzz. Because so many people have never seen Hot Fuzz in this, mostly just Danny. Mostly just Danny. The Sound of Mummy. You're just thinking about that when you mentioned Encino Man. Yeah. I have seen Encino Man. Yes, we're gonna watch Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz should have won a fucking Academy Award. It should have at least been nominated. It is such a fucking solid movie. It's so good. It's so funny. I quote it all the time. And it is just like, it is just honestly so fucking good. Like, it is good in every way you can think of a movie being good. Maybe there's some ways it doesn't matter, but mostly it does. Swamp Glass's Hot Fuzz polishes are your MoFoMo polishes. Oh my God, I didn't know they had Hot Fuzz polishes. Why not double feature Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead? Because we're watching The Mummy. Because we gotta make it work. I promised The Mummy. I promised Sound of Music. So let's look at November. We might be able to do it. Let's look at November. Unfortunately, we cannot do it. But October is after November, so maybe we'll do Hot Fuzz then. Or sorry, Shaun of the Dead then. Also, like, oh my God, Judge Judy and Executioner! Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I don't quite understand the color story here, but I love it. All right, let's see how this polish. Yes. Yes. Do you see it? She's working. She works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. By her, I mean this Wet and Wild. Definitely needs the black to go over, and honestly, maybe I should have like put a green behind it. I thought about it a few times, but I just really wanted this like really punchy, or like not punchy, but just like solid metallic Shrek. And I'm so sad that I don't have a like shamrock green foil. So that will be My next, like, thing I want to try to acquire. Maybe ILNP has it. We'll see. Shaun of the Dead's great. I don't want to say that Shaun of the Dead isn't great, because it is, and I loved it. And I was actually in London during like leading up to the release of Shaun of the Dead. I don't know if I was there when it was released, but all of the, not all, but like many of the telephone booths in England, in London, had like, what's his name? Simon Pegg had him like in them with like zombies coming up the side. They were all like Shaun of the Dead themed. It was very, very fun. But it's like, how do I compare? How do I explain my, like, I love Shaun of the Dead, but Hot Fuzz is a masterpiece. I don't feel like Shaun of the Dead should have won an Academy Award. I think it was great. I think it was an amazing, like, wonderful time. But, like, the acting and the writing and, like, the story and everything, like, everything in Shaun of the Dead, it's just, not Shaun, I keep like mixing them up. Hot Fuzz is a masterpiece. Shaun of the Dead is a great movie. Great. And I mean that. Not just a good movie, a great movie. But Hot Fuzz is a masterpiece. That's what I'm trying to say. In my humble opinion. It's so good. It, like, literally, I think if you watch it, you are going to be actually just stunned at, like, how fucking good it is. Yeah. And such an amazing cast. We've got, a bunch of people whose names I don't remember. Timothy Dalton, former James Bond. I'm gonna look up the Hot Fuzz cast because there's some people whose names, Hot Fucks is what I accidentally looked up. I wonder if Hot Fucks, like Hot Fucks FUXXX, is a porn that one can watch. But yeah, Timothy Dalton, he's so fucking funny. Bill Nighy is in this shit. Jim Broadbent was the one I couldn't, like, whose name I'm like, I know this name, but I couldn't remember it. Olivia Colman, not as famous at the time, has gotten an Academy Award since. Martin Freeman has a cameo in it. Kate Blanchett has an uncredited cameo. It's really funny. Really funny, your uncredited cameo. Rory McCann is in it, who I would not know his name if you told me it, but he did an Irish Spring commercial, and he's in this movie. And in this movie, he's not hot, but he actually in reality is very hot. They also, oh wait, that one chick, Lucy Punch. Wait, her name is Lucy Punch? Wait, no, sorry, that would be Judy Punch. I was like, first, your last name being Punch is very funny. But I thought for a minute, I was like mixing up like Lucy and Judy and thinking that her name was like Punch as in Punch and Judy. And I was like, who would choose this for themselves or their child? But no, it's Lucy. That is another actress who, what is she doing now? Like, she was like such a prominent character actress in like everything I was watching for a long time. And I feel like I haven't seen her in so long. She was in this movie that I love, that I would love to show y'all sometime, but like it is esoteric as fuck. Maybe not as esoteric as, but maybe yes. Like, I don't know. It's a movie called Being Julia. And I used to be in theater, not professionally, but I have a degree in it. And also like obsessed with Britain. So like British stuff, like, no. It is about a fictional actress named Julia. She's played by, Anne. Am I thinking of the right movie? Yes, I am. Thank goodness. Let's see. Annette Bening. Annette Bening and Jeremy Irons are a couple. And she is an actress, and he is, I believe, a producer, a stage producer. And they have like kind of an unspoken open marriage. And it's basically about her dealing with the fact that she's a very famous actress, but she's aging, and she's trying to find, and this is like a theater actress in like the early, I would say like pre-World War II, the 30s maybe the 20s, maybe before the Depression, but this is in Britain, so I don't know exactly how the Depression hit Britain. I wonder if I look on like Wikipedia, if I can find like when it's supposed to take place. It really made, so I was in high school. I was in the year it came out. I was in a production of Hay Fever by Noel Coward, and I played like an aging actress in that. So I was very charmed by this movie because I was playing a character like the character in this movie. And it was set in a very similar time to like Noel Coward's time. So yeah, it was just kind of like a whole ass thing for me. But basically, it's about her just 1938, just pre-World War II. I was like, it felt pretty World War II, except for without the war and shit. So 1938 makes sense. And yeah, it's about her trying to figure out like where she belongs and what she should be doing with her acting career. And she also falls in love with this like much younger man. And her husband is like sleeping with Lucy Punch, her character. And like, it's a whole like thing. I could talk about it forever and probably still not get any points across. Michael Gambon plays her former acting coach who like is now dead. But she just like imagines him. And the most important part that will make a lot of you go like, ooh, oh, perhaps I should watch it. Why isn't she not on this list? Why, like, sorry, I'm looking at this list and I'm just like, this person's in it, but like, I don't want to like say she's in it and she's not in it. Yes, Miriam Margolyes, famously amazing actress. She played the nurse in Romeo plus Juliet, which by the way, there is a, like, in Hot Fuzz, there is a moment where they, Romeo plus Juliet's a thing in Hot Fuzz, which is very funny. But anyway, she is the nurse in that. She plays Julia Annette Benning's, like her personal assistant, basically. She like gives her massages and like watches after her and stuff. And she's also in real life a lesbian, and in this very heavily implied to be a lesbian and like very, very hot for Julia. So it's really fun. Like it's just I was into this whole like, I loved like Gosford Park when I was around that age, and like I was just out of that kind of around the time that what's the one really famous like Downton Abbey. That would have been my jam when I was in high school, but by the time I was like married to husbando, which is when it came out, I was like just not as into it. But anyway, it's a really fun movie and an interesting movie, and some people might find it really boring. And that's valid. I just kind of like hit that. I'm going to do some highlights on Shrek's face with this lighter green. So someday I would like to watch that with all y'all. I think it would be a fun thing. Okay, we're gonna highlight Shrek and his little, the light's gonna be coming from this side. I need to look at that reference of Shrek again to make sure I'm doing him right. Yeah, I used to be very obsessed with just British stuff in general. And I did go to Britain 2 times because I was so obsessed. And nowadays, that, like, honestly just kind of feels... I kind of thought that, like, everybody goes through their British loving stage. And I found out that Danny never has. Danny has never had a I love everything British phase. And that to me is wild. You've never had an I love everything British phase? What is wrong with you two? Quick question. It was a combo, like, I would say it was partially you know, that thing that we all hate now. Sorry, it's all partially Harry Potter. But I was pretty into Britain, like, in British stuff before that came out. And it just, like, I think part of the reason my grandma bought me that book, like, a little bit before it got super popular in the US. And I think part of it was because I liked British stuff. You had 2 personalized binders in high school. No, you did. Okay. Brits are kind of gross. You just have to, it's an acquired taste, Danny. You got to be a connoisseur. You had 2 personalized binders in high school. One that had all of your favorite things, and one that had a collage of all your favorite British things. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. If you had been like, I did not have a British phase, I was gonna, like, I was gonna sincerely actually call your bluff. Okay. Where's Shrek's eyes gonna be? They're gonna be over here and over here. Okay. I'm gonna let that rest for a bit. The highlighting is working really well. Actually, I will do a bit of highlighting on his, like, chest here. And a little bit of highlighting, like, on his arm. Just kind of, like... you could watch me in one of those British sitcoms. Like, Are You Being Served? Keeping Up Appearances. Also Little Britain. Keeping Up Appearances is so funny. Little Britain, if you look back at it, like, I loved Little Britain. I loved Little Britain at the time. Some stuff in there, man. I mean, a lot of it was very good, but some stuff in there, man. It's funny because, like, I've been seeing ads about it because I guess Netflix pulled either some episodes or all episodes of, okay, so this needs to be his other arm. Oh, his other arm should probably be, like, his hand and then, like, going, like, a foreshortening kind of thing. I might need to actually up this arm a bit because I'm kind of now seeing what's, like, happening here. But yeah, Keeping Up Appearances is so fucking funny. And it hits close to home. I feel like I got some family members who are very, the lady from Keeping Up Appearances, or she's just always, like, watching her neighbors and, like, trying to, like, look as, like, unassuming as possible. You know, keep up appearances. All right, I think I need to let that rest for a bit too. So over here, we're going to have his, like, his tummy is gonna be, like, disappearing behind his thigh. So we got that. And this is just, like, the rest of his thigh. Perfect. Ab Fab was fantastic. You're so right. You're so right. I watched so much Ab Fab. And honestly, if I had a child, I would consider naming her Safi because I think that that's just a really cute name. When I was younger, though, I didn't think it was a cute name. I thought it was ugly. So, like, I would have to think about that. Like, would my child Saffron want to be called Saffron and be nicknamed Safi? I did have an idea in mind, though, if we had a girl child. It's Bouquet. Yes, exactly. Hyacinth Bucket. Oh my goodness. Times change. Nothing was malicious. Just times change. Yeah. Yes. There were some things that were pretty shocking at the time, though. There were. You might have erased them from your brain. There was one thing that they did that definitely wasn't... I'm not going to say what it is, but, like, I do not think it was malicious, but I don't think they should have done it. It's just one of those things that you just shouldn't do. If you're wondering what... If you're thinking what's something that someone just shouldn't do, and you're thinking, oh, that thing. Yes. Yes. And they knew at the time they shouldn't do that. And, like, am I, like, going around, like, hating on them forever? No. But, yeah. The face. That face you shouldn't do? They done did that. And I'm like, y'all, I will say, though, the skit that I loved more than anything on that show was there was a Weight Watchers sketch where one of them pretended it's a specific color of face. There's a few different colors of face that you shouldn't do. And they did one of those. They did one of those. But yeah, there was like one where it was like a Weight Watchers meeting, and like the Blue Man Group, for example, shouldn't be done. The Blue Man Group, the Blue Man, no. The Blue Man Group should really think about who they're harming. Okay, like, no, the Blue Man Group I'll give a pass to. I will let Shrek's back arm be a little bit darker. Okay, but I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of like blending of these highlights. I can't believe I'm saying that, like, about my nail art, although, like, it's not like I haven't like done blending of the highlights on my nail art before, but like, and it's not even like I say that out loud and I'm like, oh yeah, like that's kind of like a makeup thing, but for me it's really a mini painting thing. The only time I have ever highlighted my face and did contour on my face, I mean, I tried a couple of times to like contour my face for IRL, and I hated it. But I did theater makeup with contoured faces. It was so funny when people did start doing contoured faces IRL, because I was just like, you're doing theater makeup, why? You don't need people in the back of the theater to see your, like, to see your face. You're just, like, talking to people IRL. And, like, sometimes people contour their faces and it looks so damn good. And I'm like, damn, that looks so damn good. Still don't prefer it for, like, definitely don't prefer it for everyday wear. There are definitely, but, like, whenever I think of, like, the reasons that I think it's good, it's always show purposes. It's like a drag queen. Well, a drag queen is doing a show with a contoured face. Like, they also want people to see their expressions in their face from the back of the theater. So, like, you know, it all tracks. But obviously do whatever the fuck you want with your makeup, especially your fucking makeup. Like, you can just wash that shit off. Like, I have no horse in this race. All right. Alrighty, ready. But yeah, the Weight Watchers lady was just like absolutely fucking unhinged. And like there was one part where like this just cracked me up so much. Like she was asking people if foods were high in fat or low in fat. And she'd be like, you know, chips, high in fat, low in fat, high in fat, low in fat. And somebody'd be like, that's high in fat. She'd be like, excellent, high in fat. And then she'd be like, okay, like fruit, high in fat, low in fat. They'd be like, yeah, low in fat. And then she got to dust. And she was just like, dust. Anybody? No, dust. Anybody? No, dust. Anybody? No, dust. And she did that for a very long time. And then she's like, dust is low in fat. You can eat it as you like. And I used to think about it. I say computer says no all the time. Computer says nah. I say that all the fucking time. Because computer says nah. Computer says no all the time. And I think that's a universal experience for all humans. Nowadays, computer's always saying no. Okay, I gotta look. At the Shrek on my screen to like understand how his hand be. His hand be here and like his arm be like up here. I'm hoping that this like kind of works and his titty be here. That's his Shrek titty. Yeah. I realized like I can't not include the titty. Like that would be just like that would be like giving somebody a big bowl of like cold cereal with no milk. You know? Oh, you already said daily you say computer said no. I just like read that and didn't like read that you also daily say computer says no. I need to move his hand down a little bit. Like I said, this is going to be thick. There is like, even if we get to the point where I can paint my other hand, I do not know if I'm going to paint my other hand because this is going to take me like 8 hours to like dry. I got to take a picture right after this. Let's give him the full titty. And then let's give him, okay, I'm getting it. And the whole hand kind of comes from back here. Okay. Sometimes I like figure out the anatomy. I still don't know if that anatomy is correct, but like we're gonna make it correct. Okay. I do need to like re-green him a little bit, and then I am gonna have to highlight these titties. But there's many places where Shrek is already looking quite Shrektacular. So let's make his eyebrows. His eyebrows go all the way to the side of his face. There we go. His face is very bottom heavy. Very top light, bottom heavy. You're not an ogre anatomist. I'm not a Marines biologist for ogres. Like, what do you take me for? And then we are going to take some black for his eyes. But his eyes, we'll build up his eyes. Don't you worry about his eyes. They will be built. I also should hold him this way because I know already that I'm if I do him upside down, I'm not gonna like get the nuances of his face, and he's gonna look like fucking jacked up. The thing about Shrek is they did have to make him at least kind of cute. You know what I mean? To tell the story they're trying to tell with Shrek, they gotta make him someone's type. Shrek isn't exactly my type. But Shrek's also, like, not my type. Saying I'm not a marines biologist is even funnier now that I only teach aquatic science. You are a marines biologist, basically. You are more or less a marines biologist. All right. So I need to adjust his face down there and also, like, adjust the highlighting. Let's give this, actually, I guess let's give him his, like, we could do his nose, because his, the upper face is looking pretty good. Yeah, when I flip this over, and I know you're not seeing it as well flipped over, I'm getting, like, a lot better. And his mouth is, like, quite close. Quite close. It's really convenient that the green pops over the black. In a way, like, choosing to do a metallic Shrek was a good choice, I think. It's helping me. It's really helping me, and I'm hoping that, like, I'm hoping that it really brings the room together. You checked out a marines biology one? How was it? Was he biologically sound? I stared longingly, not really longingly, but for a long time into a former marine's eyes the other day. Because I was learning self-defense. Which was really, really cool. Alright, I'm gonna, like, kind of edit this down here. So we're just gonna cover it up and then we'll come back to this. Oh, but I do also need to edit his titty. Titty needs to be edited. So we're editing the titty. You just gotta keep moving down the body. It was fine. Was it fine or was it fine, you know? But yeah, I was doing this patty cake move that I can do if somebody comes at me, bro. And he was like, don't look at your hands. Look, like, up into my face. And then we just gazed at each other. Very cool guy, though. Teaching the classes for free. Very cool guy. We love to see it. Okay. We're gonna edit. I guess I'll edit with the light and come back in with the dark on Shrek's face. I know this is not the oh, actually, I don't think I can edit with the light and then come back in with the dark on Shrek's face because the light does not look the same over the black as the dark does. So if we want to edit this, we gotta go in with the dark first. All right. I think that's okay. How are you? Oh, he's looking good. He's looking good. Okay. Is there anything we can do? I guess we can give him his tummy, it wouldn't end right there because he's a big boy. Let's make sure that we've given him enough tummy. And then that part's fine. That part is fine. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. And then I guess I can try to work on, I guess I can work on his eyes. So we're going to go in with an off-white. On his eyes. So what I could do would be a dot on either side of where his pupil should be. That is a really good way to do small eyes. But I want a little more control over where they're looking. And I will probably come back and add more black to this. Let me show y'all kind of a shot of how it's going, because I know it's not like easy to see it down there. It's going pretty good. I could have made his leg going up. That's the one thing I could have done to make this better, but honestly, yeah, isn't it Shrexy? Oh, I forgot about his little hands. I forgot about his little hands. Also, like, looking at kind of how the body is positioned now, I'm a bit like, his boobs shouldn't be that directly next to each other, so I actually am gonna fix that a bit. This boob should definitely be up here, but the other boob should be like hanging down the side a bit more. It shouldn't just be like his head and then his body is like flat that way. Like his body is tilted a bit. I think this is going very well, personally. I'm thinking that this is going to be really good in the end. What was I going to do? I could do this with his nose. That would be something to do. Oh, his hand. His little hand. Wait, is that the fresh... He's got a little hand here under his chin. As he's, you know, he's being Shrexy. Saggy boob. Look, ain't nothing wrong with a saggy boob. And when my boobies aren't in their bra, let me tell ya. Sag Central. All right, so don't worry. He's not going to be looking like... he done saw a ghost forever. Maybe you're... I definitely did not make his eyes look the same exact direction. I thought I did. Okay, I did. And then I'm going to, I think I'm going to give him an eyelid. Yours are old. You know, never too young or too old to have a saggy boob. Mine have always just been so big. And like between, you know, you and me, the privacy of this chat that no one else is in, my like nips, they go like down. They go down. And you know, it's really interesting. Here's something really interesting, in my opinion. When I was a child and like a young adult and a teen, the only images that I would ever see of women who had boobs like me were in like National Geographic. And it was like tribal women with their tops off. Or just never wear tops at all. Maybe their tops were nowhere. And so like, I thought like that was like the connection for me. And then getting older, I realized that it's just because those were the only like uncurated boobs I'd been seeing. Like, I just so happened to have seen other in-person boobs that had like more frontward facing nipples. But like, I'm like, oh, it's not just like those people who have like these kind of boobs. It's just that like, if an actress has boobs like mine, they either get a boob job or they like, you know, get a body double. So that made me feel both mad and not mad at the same time. I was like happy to know I wasn't weird. Hello, Fruit Bat. Hello. Then I learned how to take safe search off in real life. Exactly. Exactly. How are you doing, Fruit Bat? Unsurgically fixed. Yes. Okay. This Shrek booby gotta be down here. Not so far off. Just like, not so it's not just like, not to break the mood, but it's about that time. Cat medicine time! I don't want to break the mood up about seeing saggy boobs on other people. It is suddenly really warm in here. That's okay, though. How are you doing, Fruit Bat? I was so excited to hear Jacob Drawfee read your name. I know, I'm sure it happens about once a month. I think for this hand, I'm actually going to just kind of do the little like paw kind of thing I did for his other hand. Where it's just kind of like circled in under itself. Because like, ain't nobody got time for this, you know? You can't confirm it does happen about once a month. He has only read my name like twice because I never catch the streams live. I subscribe to their Twitch, but I never catch the stream live. The bood, if you will. Exactly, the boob mood. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. 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 There we go. There we go. All right. What do I need to do now? All right. We're going to go back to... The eyes look a lot better now, but I am going to give them some lids. I'm going to give him like a sleepy eye. He came in on talk of boob jobs, no context, but I appreciate seeing a saggy boob. I like real life and real life sag sometimes. Yes. I was talking about how, so like, I was talking about a very private personal thing about me. Clearly not. That my boobs, they point down. And that I'd only seen that on like National Geographic and not in like any other context of other people who had boobs like that. And then I realized when I got older, that was not because I was the only one, not because it was just me and the tribal ladies who are not concerned about, you know, pop culture and what boobs should look like. It was because the people with boobs like mine aren't pictured. You don't see them. I also thought, like, I mean, I think I knew most of my life once it started to like, you know, matter to me. that it wasn't like boob shape was not necessarily dependent on your age. You like a good sag. You like to imagine if I held them, it would be appreciated. Yes, and it is. Do you know what? All boobs do sag eventually, but they don't always point down. That's the thing, is that like, if your nips are forward-facing nips, they're not necessarily gonna magically like turn down. So if you meet somebody older with those kind of nips, it's not probably because they're old. It's probably because they've always had them. Hub sometimes walks behind me and lifts my butt. And I love that. That is a weight off. My boobs are big. This Shrek guy over here. He's kind of doing Dom face. Like, angry eyebrows and a smile. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah, right? It does make me sad. It makes me sad too. It's really shitty. But also it made me happy to know that like I wasn't alone. That it was their fault and it's not my problem. You feel like a new person when the weight is lifted off your shoulders, yes. Imagine what I could do if it weren't for this absolute dump truck ass. But then again, think of all the things that I couldn't do. You lift your stomach sometimes and it feels really nice. Sometimes you just gotta lift the chub. You just gotta lift the chub a little bit. You know, live your best life. Lift the chub, as they say. People are always saying this. You'll all hear them. I accidentally got a little bit of this green on the black of Shrek's eye. So let's fix that. Okay. We need some dark green around his eye. There we go. We do need a little more like light green on his nose, and also I did not quite fully cover. There is like a little, what are you? You look like an ant with wings, but you're so tiny. What is, that's unnerving. Oh no! I fucked up his boobie again. Not too bad though, not too bad. And I actually think I've mostly unfucked it. Oh my god. I am so sweaty. You might think I'm glowing, but actually I'm sweating. It's actually not that bad. I actually like feel kind of comfortable in here, but it is like, it is turning into a sauna. It is slowly but surely turning into a sauna. Okay. Other Shrek boobie right there, and then Shrek clearly gotta have at least one nip. The other one's off on the side, so he doesn't need to have two nips. Alright. Now we can get back to the Shrek face, and we can, like, get him a little highlighted. Get him a little highlighted. Here we go. The contours of the Shrek face. I do have to hold him up this way or else I will suffer again. Okay, let's get his like little cheeky in there. Get that highlighted. This little cheeky. That need more or less highlighting. I don't know. Shrek is naked. He's naked. He's tempting you. No, you can see he's got his, like, that's his, like, his, it's the side of his crotch area right there. That's his, like, tum-tum over his leg. And if you, like, if you just, like, panned down, you would see Shrek dick. You pan down just a little bit, you will see the Shrek dick. Where did I put this new... Was it there? That doesn't feel... Oh, it was here? Okay. Me trying to figure out where the last place I, like, put down a, you know, drop of the same color polish as everywhere else. If you lifted the chub, you would see the shreeness. And I think that's beautiful. All right, how do I... There are some things that must be, there are some things that must be corrected. Disgusting! Look, there is nothing disgusting about the natural beauty of the shreeness. Okay, maybe there is. I did say in the beginning of this stream, I did make it clear that the one reason I don't, like, fully fuck with Shrek in the movie is because he seems to, like, not have a good, like, he seems to want to be smelly and stuff. And I don't like that. Like, if he like, you know, if he wasn't, like, smelly and gross, I would be down. And all he has to do is take a bath and stuff. I don't think I'm not asking for anything else any more than I would ask for any other person. Finally leaving work, might catch stream to get home, unless you get grub because you don't want to cook. Bye. Bye. Have a good Friday evening. I feel somewhat certain that you will. Okay, now we've got to highlight. We got to do these highlights now. I accidentally just, like, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do these highlights. And then his little arm should also be highlighted. And then, oh, I'm going to go over his nipple accidentally, but I can just draw his nipple back in. This is, like, an incredibly, incredibly thick, Manny. But I'm feeling, like, kind of, confident about it. I'm feeling like maybe this time it won't get all fucked up. I don't know what is giving me this confidence, but something is. Accidentally highlighted the wrong part of the Shrek. It happens to the best of us. We'll also just kind of fill in. There's like a divot down there. A divot of paint. All right, so I got that. That's highlighted. We got that highlighted. The face is highlighted. I think I want to actually cover a bit of the face with the dark one and make the highlights less intense. Because they're just really intense right now on this side of the cheek. So I think I want to just kind of like... It's actually blending it pretty beautifully. Let's just use a little bit of the darker green to blend it out. By the way, so the new Toxic Avenger is coming out It's out. It's actually out now. Like, I'm not seeing it tonight. I'm probably gonna see it sometime next week in theaters with what's his name? Peter Dinklage and Elijah Wood. Kevin Bacon's also in it, and also the guy who plays the main character in Murder Party, which is the reason I'm seeing it mostly, honestly. But I did see The Toxic Avenger when I was a kid, and I have over the years tried to watch it again, and I've successfully now watched it, I think probably 3 times all the way through. And like the second time I watched it, I was like, this is like shittier than I remembered it being. Because like, I think the first time I watched it, I was like a literal child. And for sure, it was still pretty shitty. Elijah, he's in it. He's wearing a lot of makeup. And apparently there's a joke about him wearing a wig. I don't really know. Maybe I'll understand when I see the movie, or maybe it's just like an Elijah Wood joke. I don't know. We don't know. But we're here to learn. You know? We're always here to learn about Elijah Wood. And nothing fucking else. We're always here, though, to learn about Elijah Wood. Anyway. So I watched it, and it was overall, like, Troma, who is the company, the production company that made The Toxic Avenger. They are a shock movie company. They just make movies that are shocking. That's all they do. And they have varying levels of artistic merit. And well, and just like, I accidentally made his like smile too wide. I need to be I need to be looking at this from the correct angle. So yeah, it was like pretty fucked up in a lot of ways, but I was expecting that. And also like, I don't know. It was weird. But the point is that at the end, it ends with the fucking National Guard and like the mayor of the town outside of the Toxic Avenger's tent. The Toxic Avenger is now homeless because his mom kicked him out because she didn't realize that he was her son. She thought he was just a monster. And then she does realize that it's her son, and her and the entire town, like, stop the police and the National Guard from, like, literally shooting this homeless man. And I was like, fuck, man. And, like, the new Toxic Avenger was made, like, it was made, like, a few years ago, and then it's been in distribution hell. But it's finally coming out, and I'm like, I'm very curious to see, like, how this all plays out. I'm curious to see, like, the commentary they add to it, and how it, like, reflects our current time. Because, like, when the old Toxic Avenger, like, the mayor is like, call the National Guard, and they show up with guns, I was like, fuck, man. Fuck, man. Just like real life. And it just shows you that nothing ever changes. All right. Let's do a little work on his chin. Perfect. It's like pretty perfect. Honestly. This other, I've gotta like, these are so thick with polish. It's like not even funny. Although it is a little funny. All right. I actually finished this. And it's $2.19. I actually could do another hand. You're removing my Danny Vienna's Klimt, one of your favorite polishes, and it's astounding how identical it looks to dog's puke, but it's on a soggy cotton ball. I love that for you. I love that you're learning new things about the things that you love. He will look a lot better once he has some top coat on him. And I'm gonna wait a little bit before I put top coat on him. I'm just trying to decide, like, you requested your Amazon data and they've sent you 360 plus millibytes. That's a lot. Thank you. Thank you. So let's let them dry for a second. I think that a good polish to put on next to this would be Suspended in Time by Monarch. I'm a bit scared of starting to do that before I put a top coat on this. So I might put a top coat. I kind of want to do, you know, no, I'll put, he is drying though. Top coat does help polish under it. Hello. Polish under it dry. But I also think that, waiting a while when you're having like a really thick mani like this to put top coat on is a good idea. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be like extremely careful and hope that that works. But honestly, this Shrek came out a lot better than I thought it was going to, especially like halfway through doing it. Halfway through doing it, I was just like, how is this going to work? But that's usually how I feel halfway through great art. And as we know, this is great art. This is great art like Hot Fuzz is great. It's not quite a masterpiece, I don't think. But maybe it is. But maybe it is. Also, if your nails insist on peeling, you feel like the staining could at least peel off. I agree. I agree with you on that. All right. I have like a, not a hangnail, but like a little piece of skin over here. I just realized there was like something on my clipper while I did that. So I am going, no, I just fucked up the base coat I put on because I forgot it was on there. All right. At least it was one coat of polish. Just one coat. It's fine. Yeah, everybody has way too much info on all of us. Way too much. All right, all right. Gotta be so careful with this Shrek. I think I am gonna do, now that I've done this, I think I am gonna do my top coat. I think I will do it. Here we go. This one actually already had top coat over it, but this polish does kind of call for two coats. I just realized I do think I can float this. And it should be okay. Yeah. Like, it is black, which, there is, like, a little hair at the bottom here. I wonder if I can, like... cut it off, or I'll just push it in. I don't need to pull it out. I just can push it in. Yes. He looks so good. I do wish his eyes were just like a touch more defined, and or that I had put a little, there's like an area that I highlighted that I should have shadowed. But whatever. We're just dealing with it. You're just accepting it. We're just gonna have some radical acceptance about his eye over there. Because if I do something now to fix that eye, it's gonna be like floating in space, and it's just not gonna look okay. All right, I'm so excited to show you what this looks like with top coat on it. I am like tempted, very, very tempted to matte top coat this. Look at him. Look how Shrektacular he looks. Thank you. Thank you. They came out fine. Sometimes it be that way. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shrek loves you. Carnally. Shrek loves you and wants to make love to you. I also forgot to redraw in his nipple, so it's kind of hidden behind that. This is making you miss the not safe for work streams. We could maybe bring back the not safe for work stream someday. Someday when I'm like, you know, less busy would be great, but... Thank you, thank you. Thank you. You will politely decline. That's totally, you know what, Danny? Shrek isn't here to pressure you. Shrek's a gentleman. Shrek only, we should dual stream not safe for work. That'd be amazing. That'd be freaking amazing. Oh my God, there's a hair in my base coat. Get out, get out. All right, we're gonna be wearing Monarch suspended in time from this last PPU. Boy, howdy. Are we though? I'm very glad that I put on that top coat before I start opening this. There we go. What is wrong with you? Did I already get you fucked up around your top? Because I did swatch this. Yeah, I guess there is some polish there. The theme was time travel, but I do not remember what their particular theme was. I thought I might actually... there's hairs. I don't remember what I was going to say that I thought I might actually. Oh, I thought I might actually have used, you know that, like, light brown jelly with the, like, glitters in it from, Zombie Claw? I had considered using that in my Shrek Manny, but then I didn't have anywhere to use it, you know? There is, like, a bead of sweat going right down my nose. The trashy polish? Is that what you think of that Zombie Claw I bought? Nasty brown jelly? Yeah. The polish that looks like it's from the this fucking hair is driving me absolutely nuts, and it's like ruining my Shrek. I'm like, could you please not? Yes, that one. That one would have done well with this. I could have, I guess, used it as a background polish, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how shiny he is. There we go. There we go. And the question will be, do I do 2 coats or 3 coats? I did not own a lot of flaky bombs, or almost any flaky bombs, for a very long time. And I do kind of understand, now that I own some, there were some people who were like, I don't like flaky bombs. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you like a flaky bomb? Now that I actually own some, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. Mo flakes, mo problems, you know? I was just saying that because I didn't own any real flaky bombs. What? Dirty dishwater. You know I love polishes that look like dirt. I know you do. I know you do. Alright, alright. This last one. Or not, this isn't the last one. This isn't the last one. I am just going to do 2 coats of this one. It would be fun to do 3, but it is such an intense flaky bomb. So, like, there isn't really a need for 3 coats of this. Because, like, what am I going to do? Add more flakies? By the way, for those of you who were not in movie night last week, we watched Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing. And Danny, like, seemingly enjoyed it the way it was meant to be enjoyed. Except for the really problematic part in the middle that I forgot. Which is written there by Shakespeare, so bring it up with him. But there was a very intense scene that it was like, oh, girl, do not marry this man. And then she did marry him, and, you know. But yeah, I was so happy because, like, the really cool thing is, here's what made it so special to me. I love Romeo plus Juliet. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh is, like, again, sorry to bring up Harry Potter, do not support it anymore, but him as Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter, what a fucking perfect choice he was. What a fucking perfect choice. Like, because he just, like, he probably is a little bit full of himself for good reason. But, like, he does play this, like, not that him as Benedict is, like, exactly him as Gilderoy or anything, but, like, you can see kind of the overplaying that he does. It's so good. Yes, he's Gilderoy Lockhart, and he's so good in it. He's so good at that role. I think that is the first role I ever saw him in. And then I became a big fan after that. But, or maybe it wasn't, though. I don't know. When did I see Much Ado About Nothing? Actually, it probably wasn't. I think I've been watching Much Ado About Nothing since before then. And I probably was like, because it came out in 1993. So I probably was like, oh my God, that's Benedict from Much Ado About Nothing. But anyway. Yeah. His physical acting was amazing. It was really the night of physical acting, because I think we all forgot how hilarious the background gags are in 10 Things I Hate About You. And then we found out that Sun's dad went to the high school in 10 Things I Hate About You, which is actually a high school. It was supposed to be a hotel and might have even opened as a hotel. But if it did open as a hotel, it closed really quickly and then became a high school. So yeah, Sun's dad went there, and my father-in-law's sisters went there. He did not go there. I don't know why he didn't go there. He was younger, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a family affair. But yeah, the background gags in 10 Things I Hate About You were absolutely fucking epic. It was so funny. And Danny pointed out, like, the main cast, pretty much anybody who has a line in 10 Things I Hate About You are, like, within the plausible deniability of them being their ages that they are. If nothing else, they looked like what their year would have been, like a freshman, sophomore, whatever, in college. You know? They were passable as teens, but in a Hollywood way. But the people in the background, specifically the guy who was like supposed to be like Heath Ledger's friend, he had this like punk friend with a mohawk. That friend looked like he was literally 40 years old. He looks older than me. Now, it's not hard to look older than me. I look young for my age. But like, I was just like, that's a man. That's a full grown ass man you're hanging around with. Also, I have to say, when I stepped away from, because we watched 10 Things I Hate About You because it's based off of Taming of the Shrew, although it's better than Taming of the Shrew. Taming of the Shrew is probably Shakespeare's worst play, but 10 Things I Hate About You is probably the best adaptation of its kind of a teen movie adaptations. You know what I mean? I have not seen She's the Man. I don't really want to see She's the Man just because I know how traumatizing it was for what's her face, for Amanda Bynes, and I would feel bad. Like, I wouldn't feel like it is wrong for me to watch it, but I would be thinking about it and feeling bad for her. She had a lot of gender dysphoria during it. She did not like being a boy. And, you know, like, respect. Like, if you know, that is something. And I know that, like, she had a lot of, you know, she was in the Hollywood system, so I'm sure she was told a lot of things about her body. So yeah, I just think I would be sad watching it. So I'm not gonna watch it. But, as far as I know, the best of its kind. But one of the things I really loved about 10 Things I Hate About You, that initially I was like, wait, what the fuck? But then I loved by the end. Sort of reminds you of Grease, where all the teenagers play by 35-year-olds. Grease, like, okay, I have to give it to you, Fruit Bat. I have to give it to you. Because, like, the friend of Heath Ledger, he would have fit right in with the main cast of Grease. Grease was fucking ridiculous. You like, look at Stalker Channing's face, and you're like, you have a grandkid on the way. Like, and you smoked through all of it. Like, I'm not even saying that she, like, is ugly. It's just, like, she looked so fucking mature. And, like, it wasn't just her. It's just, that's one of the most famous examples. Like, that's the most famous person I can point to whose name I know. Because, like, definitely the leads, they looked cute and fresh, but they didn't look young. You know what I mean? But, like, Stalker Channing and that one, and, like, and Kaneki, the guy who knocks her up, and also, like, there's another guy I'm thinking of in my head, too. Like, they look like, as my mom would say, rode hard and put away wet. Like, they were so not teenagers. They were, like, at least 40 years old and had a tough life. Like, honestly, he could have been Kaneki, yes. I don't know if that's the right spelling, but I also don't know, but I don't know if that's the right spelling, so you could I feel like there might be a C before the K, but, like, again, this is just me guessing. It's been a while. Oh, I wrote hard and put away wet. I'm sure it's a Midwest thing. And that part of my family's from the Midwest. I'm gonna do one more layer on top of Shrek, because I have time. Kaneki or Nikki, it's definitely pronounced Kaneki. Is it spelled? Like, is it spelled? Who knows? Is anything really spelled? No. I don't know how it's spelled, but I know it's pronounced Kaneki. Yeah, they look so old, and that guy, yeah, could have absolutely been Kaneki in Grease for sure. In the original movie adaptation of Grease, where everyone looks just so fucking old, and you're just like, literally, what is happening here? You're always more into Nikki than Danny? Goodness. He's a bad boy. And of course, like, we all love a bad boy, but he's, like, got, like, a scar and some shit. Nice. Damn, y'all. Honestly, if I think I was kind of into Frenchie, which does not surprise me coming out of my mouth now. because she's like a high-pitched little something something with, like, you know, pink hair. Like, she ticks a lot of boxes for me. It makes sense to me. I kind of also want to put another layer on this hand as well. And I think I will. I am worried, though. It is, like, nice and thin right now. But I do think that these flakies are going to want a little more. TBF, I thought, though, the character's kind of ugly. So, like, Danny, you're absolutely right. Like, you're not wrong at all. They are ugly. The only two cute, real, like, attractive looking characters. I mean, obviously, like, you know, I'm perpetuating the Hollywood stereotypes, but were, you know, the leads were Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. John Travolta, though, I do gotta say, like, he's got a look about him. He is not, like, he's not the cutest dude. In my humble opinion. But at the same time, I really, really miss when people had a look about them. Do you remember the days? Do you remember the fucking days, y'all? Where somebody could, like, be the heartthrob in a movie and they didn't have to look like some fucking, like, cookie cutter ass? Like, especially women. Like, it's a thing with men too, but especially women. Like, every time I see, like, a new up and coming actress, I'm just like, oh my God, I wish you looked different. I wish, you know, I watched Earth Girls Are Easy and was just so stunned by the fact that Gina Davis, like, had a look about her. Like, she didn't look perfect. She, you know, she had some, like, flab on her face, and, like, her eyes weren't, like, giant, you know? Even just people like, what's her name? Like, Renee Zellweger, I feel like would not be popular with movie executives nowadays. I think people love different looking faces. And I think, and different looking bodies, you know? And, like, you can find that through just talking to people. That people are into all sorts of different things. And, like, famous actors from the past that people are, like, super obsessed with have, like, very unique looks about them. It's just that, like, you know, we live in a society, insert Joaquin Phoenix Joker, where, like, in the mainstream, you're just not seeing that. And even the people who are supposed to be, like, alternative looking just aren't that alternative looking. And it's really sucky. Let me see. You forget Olivia Newton-John wasn't good looking in a few scenes. You're right. Olivia Newton-John, like, wasn't, like, I don't want to say she wasn't gorgeous, but I just want to say, like, I don't know. She just wasn't, like, it wasn't like, oh my God, I just want to be her, you know? He was way cuter back in the day, got very square as the age of John Travolta. Yes. Even then, though, I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't good looking. He just had a look about him, you know? He was just a very unique face. You watched Earth Girls Are Easy on your own for a strange reason. You need to tell me about it. A lot of people in our group really love that movie. Hi, Luna. I'm so glad that you're here. Even if it is late and we've already done most of our stuff. There were a group of women, one of them from Pretty Woman. So you're thinking of Julia Roberts. And they all look the same to me. And that might be as well because the same person, I don't know any of their names either. Gina Davis and Julia Roberts don't not look like each other. Julia Roberts, like, I also feel like Julia Roberts wouldn't, like, it, with her natural face, wouldn't make it today. Not that even her face was natural at the time. But then again, like, I don't fucking know. And, like, what is making it today anyway? Like, there is being in mainstream movies, but, like, I feel like if I was an actor, I would like it would be tough for me to like gauge what I felt was success. Yes, you can. Let's get him. Come on. It's Shrek, looking Shreksy. Oh, Shreksy, you're so sexy. And I think I did a great job. Not to brag, but I think I did a really excellent job at this. Like, I was like, I'm kind of disappointed that this isn't going to be like really good. And it is. Thank you. You did a great job at making something gross. Thanks, Danny. There is nothing gross about sexy Shrek. Y'all are just tasteless. You just have no taste. Thank you so much. I am sweaty right now. I have never felt you're doing amazing sweaty more than I do right now. I'm like, I am doing amazing and I am sweaty. He looks so good. Shrek, you done did it. I'm so happy. Ooh, I do not want to hold my hand that way anymore though. But yeah, and you did come in right in the middle of our conversation, Luna, about how everybody in the original Grease was pretty ugly. Hard to choose a favorite heart-throbbing Grease because they all look so bad. They all just don't look too good. And, you know? Is it cat med? Okay, it's just a cheer from Jadoob. Thank you. I am wearing, it's not like, it is not showing up in our camera at all because it's just so shiny. And I like cover it and give it like a shade. This is Trapped in Time, Suspended in Time by Monarch Lacquer. I wanted to say Trapped in Amber, but I'm like, that would be such a weird name for this polish. Yeah, facts. Hard to choose a favorite when they all suck so bad. The cool thing, not that there isn't other cool things, but, and I mentioned this before, about the Toxic Avenger, which is out, and I will see sometime this week. Thing about the Toxic Avenger is that one of the actors from frickin' Murder Party directed it. And also, the main character from Murder Party is one of the characters in it. And actually, I should have said actor. However, the two characters have the same name. So, the main character from Murder Party might be a character in Toxic Avenger. I kind of hope they're not supposed to be the same person, because I do think I saw a picture of that actor, of the actor with his like face blown off. It is a trauma film though, but I just don't want that for my beautiful Christopher S. Holly. Talking about actresses, all that looks same to me, remind me, they look the same to Julian Solomita.
Hey, what was your last guess?
Cher.
No, one before that.
Sandra Bullock.
Correct.
Wait. Julian is here.
Anne Hathaway.
Julian, that's Anne Hathaway.
Could be mistaken though. Anne Hathaway from Miss Congeniality.
Good hosting.
Who's this, Julian?
Are you fucking with me? Wait, which one
No,
is
I'm
it?
not fucking with you.
That's
who is
Julia
this?
Roberts.
This is not Julia Roberts. This is the other one. Remember?
I feel like it's Julia Roberts and Sandra Bullock. That's Sandra Bullock if you can't see the screen. I feel like they look different though. Those two look different. Those two look different, but clearly not to Julian. Clearly not to Julian. Oh my goodness. It is so sweaty, y'all. It is so sweaty in this room. I might pop off early. But Monday, no bingo on Sunday. No bingo on Sunday. We are not doing bingo on Sunday. I have to do a thing that it could not be a different day, so I had to do it. But Monday, 4 p.m. PST, me and Jeremy Acula Nails are going to be hosting bingo. Danny is taking a break this month, a well-deserved break to rest on her laurels. And me and Andrew are going to do the grueling, not Andrew, I keep wanting to call him Andrew, but I don't know why, Jeremy. I also keep wanting to call him something else too. What the hell? That's not his name. Jeremy. It's because it's Aculid. These laurels, man, they're so rusty. 4 p.m. PST. So the same time as bingo always is, but on Monday, and with Jeremy instead of Danny. That's what we're doing. I will miss Danny too. This is the prime time for Danny and I to hang out. And I will also miss Danny. It'll be very sad. And I will also be happy to spend time with Jeremy. And I'll miss Danny at the same time. Yep. Thank you, Danny, thank you for translating it for the folks at home. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I will be here Monday for that Labor Day, so you should hopefully have the day off. Hopefully, I know some of you do not work with jobs that have days off for holidays. You just hopefully get paid a little bit more. So we will be there then, and yeah, it'll be a sick-ass time. And we get to see if Jeremy can do a good PSL voice. Who knows? We will miss Danny. But yeah, then I'll be back next week, and then next week... So next Friday after stream, we are going to be watching Satyricon, Fellini Satyricon, which I described as homo-flexible dude where's my car in ancient Rome, but also made in the 60s in Italy. It is quite a fucking vibe. It is problematic as hell because, jot this down, ancient Rome, problematic as hell. So yeah, don't come watch the movie unless you are prepared to accept it's problematic and that pretty much everybody involved in it is now dead, so they can't hurt you anymore. But anyway, I love you all. It's fascinating. You're gonna love it, Luna. It's like, it's wild. It is wild. But anyway, I love you all so much, and I cannot wait to see you on Monday. And next Friday and forever. Thank you for coming, Hajna. Next time I'm going to remember that it's not your first time. Or maybe I won't, but hopefully I will. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. And